without even having a scheduled meeting with the existing international partners. So they went there, they sit, they waited. People who came to their booth, they attended those people. Even if it was somebody who just liked the design of their games, or if somebody was an important person or a major distributor or a potential partner. So first year I told them, okay, we will not do like that, how you did in the past 7 years. We started to fill the agenda. We had for every day maybe 3-4 meetings. And as we discussed before you guys arrived, let's talk about any small exhibition. 3 days, right? 10 hours per day, maximum the opening hours. It costs minimum 30,000 dirham. As a company owner, you would think every hour of that exhibition costs you 1,000 dirham. You put it on hazard that 1,000 dirham that maybe somebody will come in? No. Genuinely, you will do some reach out, some lead generation, inviting, you know who you want to work with. So you will invite those people. Come to my booth. If we can schedule a time, I can have full focus on you, right?
Right.
So you started to put in the agenda the people. First year when I started to work with this company, we filled like 2-3 meetings per day for the event.
Yeah.
Third year, before I left the company, we had for each of us a full agenda, 3-4 meetings per day for me, for my colleague, for the CEO.
Right.
So that's how we grew. And obviously results or sales happened the same way. So this was one of the first stories which I wanted to mention here, and the importance of preparing for the exhibition. Because most of the people, when they talk about exhibition, they talk about, okay, how the stand should look, where it should be positioned, near the entrance, near the coffee shop, near the conference. But usually people forget that you need to do a lot of work in advance. Similarly, you need to do a huge load of work once the exhibition is over. And this is also something which we already discussed, that when I promise someone, and this is where it comes together, that you remembered each other, or he remembered where you are from. Hyper personalization is something I think very important in order to get the deal closed. So if I talk with you and you want a price in euros with, let's say it's a physical good, FOB or X-Works prices, and instead of sending you that, I send you a very generic price list, which doesn't have anything to do with what we discussed. You will not want to continue discussing with me, right? Because you will think, okay, he considers that I was just one of the 100 meetings. No, what I do usually, even on the back of the business card, if I don't have a notebook or something, I put small notes. But I promise that I will send you this. So when I send, at the end of each day, at the exhibition, for example, I go and I create an Excel sheet or whatever CRM, if you are using, you can put in the CRM. I promised you that I will send this in this day.
Yeah.
And then I fulfill it. So yes, I will not send you, I will not even promise you that I will send you tomorrow or the next week. I will promise you that this exhibition will be over, let's say, on Friday. So end of next week you can expect an email from me. But end of next week the email should be there, because otherwise the sales will not happen. You are expecting an email from me. In the same time you met another 100 person in that exhibition. Those few people who will fulfill their promise will get the deal closed. So this is one of the important. What I wanted also to have the full scale from being a big exhibitor, having a full-fledged booth, to the other extent where you as a company, you go there as a visitor, but using these techniques, you almost have the same possibility or same chance to close deals as somebody who is having a huge booth. Because I attended, for example, in FMCG, I attended IHF in London just before COVID, where it's FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods, and it was a food and beverage event in London. I flew in the morning to London. I had 6 meetings scheduled as a visitor, and they knew that I want to sell them something. But because companies are paying like 1,000 dirham per hour just to be there, they don't want you just to visit them and come with an offer, because I'm already paying to sell. I don't want to buy. But if you can present yourself for a meeting as someone who is interested, it has to be genuine. You cannot portray yourself that, okay, I want to buy from you, and then when you sit in front of them, you will say, I want to sell. No, you need to make it interesting. You need to have a strategy for that. You need to understand what their needs are, how you can create value for them. Because this is what we discuss. One of my favorite topics is business strategy, sales and marketing strategy alignment. And I attended some events last year and the year before in Romania, where professors from Harvard Business School came and taught us for 2-3 days, like a workshop on business strategy. And last year it was Professor Felix Oberholzer-Gie, it's a Swiss professor, whose explanation it's amazing for strategy. He is telling that the way how your company creates value, that's your strategy. It's so simple. The value which you are giving to your customers, which your customers want, and obviously in the fields where you are better than your competitors, that's your strategy. And the other definition on strategy, or the other main point, is that strategy is about trade-offs. Strategy is mostly about what you don't want to do. So when I see, especially here in the Middle East, marketing agencies, they do everything. They do from website to even company formation. If you ask them, they will do for you. That's not strategy. That's basically you are just trying to grab everything. What you are doing, that you are focusing on healthcare or you are focusing on finance, you are making a big trade-off. You are not focusing on 20 other sectors, right? You are also not focusing on trend. That's why you can excel in yours. So before you go to an exhibition, you also need to have a strategy for that. You need to understand, maybe when you are exhibiting, who in that field, you need to see your competitors, and your competitors in an exhibition will not be maybe your regular competitors, because maybe you will go to Singapore for an exhibition. It's free, you can check who else is exhibiting. So you can, without telling that you are better than the XYZ company, you can highlight your competitive advantages. So if the same person already met your competitor from the exhibition, then he will know, okay, this company is better than the other one. Or if he is going and meeting them afterwards, again, you will have a winning hand. So preparation in this side is also important. The other thing which I wanted to mention, because we are also talking about how to cut costs or how to save, right? In certain cases, I worked with Alpha watches and jewelry. In Basel, there is the biggest watch fair in the whole world. It's super expensive. Like Rolex is having a 1,000+ square meter booth, hundreds of thousands of dirham just to exhibit. So what we did, because we have two small brands, Vestar and Colbert, with Alpha, we started to exhibit in a hotel conference room. Our clients loved it because they were saying, it's so much noise in the exhibition and we can really sit and talk in quiet. We showcased our new product line, they liked it, they placed orders. You don't need to go to that extent to go exactly, yes, in some smaller cities and in some smaller cases, like Nuremberg Toy Fair, it's prohibited for the hotels to rent out a meeting room for others who are not there in the main. But there are some who are doing both. Like you want to meet with your VIP clients in a hotel with a cocktail event and with all the others at the exhibition. So it can be also both. The other is the follow-up events, which is very interesting, and sometimes you can generate this. Like when I went with one of my clients to Singapore, also food and beverage topic, it was a 3 days event, biggest in Asia. But every evening we had a follow-up event. One was organized by the Hungarian embassy. The second one was organized by the Eastern European Business Council. The third one was organized by another organization, like maybe something like this. So the idea is that when you know that you will exhibit, you can basically make it bigger rather than sitting only in the exhibition area. You can go and have another 2-3 meeting session where maybe we collected more business cards in these evening events than in the exhibition itself.
So it's like side events.
Side events, yeah, or follow-up events.
Right.
Which, like, you are from Netherlands, right? When you are going anywhere, you can just email the Netherlands embassy. They will have somebody who is there as a trade inspector or whatever is the name, trade attaché, whose job is to create business relations. Yes, your organization might be in the UAE, but that you don't need to share with them in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Or in the same way, you can go to UAE embassy. You are a UAE embassy. You are a UAE entity as an organization, so you can go there and they will try to help you to connect with certain people because that's their job. So that's the second topic which I wanted to discuss about.
Okay, I will ask you to stop for a moment. You had some stories to tell, right, about that exhibition. Can you share that again? No, he had a very good, interesting idea about how to win in the exhibition.
This was my first experience exhibiting overseas. So I've been doing business in the Middle East, but this was in 2018 when I, for the first time, came down to exhibit in World Trade Center. So that was one of very expensive for my level, and therefore I decided to make the best out of the entire deal. So we were 3-4 of us who were there on the stall, and out of instinct, I came up with one idea where we wanted to bring our culture from India here. So we ensured that the
Snacks.
snacks that's kept was from our, and we did branding on the trophies. So it was something very unique native for our place. So we kept it there. And the other way around, we have a culture of appreciating the visitors. We have something like a shawl made of silk, which is from our part. So we bought a couple of them. So whenever we found somebody very interesting, very, very prospective among the visitors, we ensured that we adorned the shawl. We kept them in the center and we all were there. We took a photograph and we kept it safe to be leveraged later.
Oh.
So these are things that we ensured that the visitors had a memorable experience. The experience that they get when they come to see your exhibition is very, very important. As a salesman, the salesman is the one who sells, not the product.
Right.
When you like the salesman, you buy what he sells you. When you don't like the salesman, you don't buy. So we wanted to be salesmen over there who were liked by the visitor. So we just did this, and interestingly, this happened in 2018. Then in 2023, okay, this was one prospective client whom I was targeting to work with. Unfortunately, thereon I wasn't able to really follow it up.
And what's the line of business?
My line of business is to do bulk hiring of human resource from countries like India.
So your clients are business owners?
Business owners, human resource directors, procurement heads, and my focus was the facilities management industry, which is about my clients. They take care of the cleanliness, the security, the maintenance of these facilities. It could be hotels, it could be towers, it could be the Burj Khalifa, it could be hospitals, it can be schools, such ones. So this gentleman, one person whom I had targeted, and I had subsequently taken a photograph along with, and then I had also consciously ensured that I sent an email of the photograph to appreciate him and thank him that he came here. So we ensured that we gave end to end. So we ensured we got prepared when we started from India with all this stuff ready with us. Then we brought, and we had a lot of friends from the entire premises, because people used to come and pick our snack. It was very interesting snack, so people knew, okay, something that to eat.
So the thing here is, from 2018 to 2020,
I connected with this gentleman on LinkedIn. 18 I was not on LinkedIn. Later on during Corona is when I got to know about LinkedIn, and then I connected in 2023. And this gentleman accepted my invite. Then he invited me. And this gentleman is no less, he was heading the FM of Burj Khalifa. He was sitting inside Burj Khalifa, and he was the FM director of IMA. Okay, so he's such a strong proposition guy. Incidentally, this guy had visited my stall. I had adorned him with a shawl, and he remembered it. I did not. So I connected on LinkedIn. He said, okay, let's meet. He said, where? He said, come to JLT on this location. What time? 8 p.m. That's 8 p.m. JLT. Where? There is where I reside. I'm sorry, I cannot see you in my office. If you really want to see me, come to my apartment, my flat. I said, okay. Went there. I sat with him for more than 4 hours. It was 12 midnight by the time I left him. So we were so like-minded. We got to understand.
But I
And
think he remembered.
he told me, you remember, I came to your stall and you adorned me with that shawl, which I forgot.
Right.
I was surprised. How was he remembering me? That is why I was telling him. I was sharing when he was telling about the importance of experience in a stall where you're expecting. I told him this story where this gentleman was appreciative about what I was doing, and he told me that he was very appreciative about the shawl I adorned. This is all that, and he said, unfortunately, at the moment, I am on the client side, and a prospective customer for you are my contractors. Unfortunately, I am not in a position to command any of my contractors to give you business. But at the right time,
We will discuss
when
something.
I myself maybe I am a contractor, I will let you know. This happened last July, August 2023. January, he has become the COO of one of the
Very big
contractors. Now he is the COO, and he is ready to. And this company is one of the best companies in UAE. It is called EFS, and they are across the GCC. And for me to call him this moment is easy, but personally, I am still not ready to serve him. I want to prepare himself.
So the point
myself.
is like the point is
Now I can any moment call him. I wished him for having become the COO. I sent him a WhatsApp message, and on the conversation, end of the conversation, he told me, "You're well mentored. I appreciate your who mentored you." I had a mentor, so I told him about my mentor, and he said I want to meet him because I sensed that I was mentored well, and I said I want to meet him. Incidentally, he's also from my part of the country.
so that's a very interesting story, isn't it?
This
Right?
is because of the experience I gave him in the exhibition.
Okay.
That
Okay.
made a lot of
So you want to add any more things, or we
No,
will?
I think it's we can connect on LinkedIn and we can
Yes, we should.
we can I think I connected with you. I will try
Connected
to
with
connect
me?
with the others. Yeah.
Me?
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, we can